What a shot, man.
Perfect. What just happened? Look at that cue ball.
I don't think I've seen that before, too.
No way.
Well, a very warm welcome to all pool fans joining us at this iconic Westgate Las Vegas Resort and Casino. You join us on opening day, opening match on table 2 of this Pro Billiard Series 10-ball Men's Las Vegas Open 2026. What an opening we have in store for you. A matchup between Frankie Hernandez, the dynamic Hispanic, and he takes on Shane Van Boening, who needs no introduction. Joining me on the comms box for this and the next match, it's a pleasure, my good friend and colleague Graham Hickman. Welcome, Graham.
Wait, already it feels like we were just here a few months back ago in Jacksonville, and yeah, no rest for the wicked, as it says in the pool world. Interesting matchup here with SVB, and I have to say, Frankie Hernandez is a new guy for me. Haven't seen much of him. I did do a little bit of checking on him. Couldn't find much in terms of history, so it'll be interesting to see how he fares up against, well, the legend of SVB. So the referee just racking the balls up. Ready for the first break. We are playing best of 3 sets. First to 2. And if we do go 1 set all and tied in that last set at 3 racks all, we will have a shootout. And as you know, for those who have followed us over the last year or so, those shootouts can be very exciting indeed. SVB with a typical thunderous break. First chance falling. Didn't get the cue ball across the table for the 3 in the top corner. Didn't have much angle to work with, and these brand new cloths, brand new tables. That's a great shot in the top corner. Good position here as well. Boening just losing the cue ball a little bit there, but we will take it. Don't think it's a terrible angle. You can draw up the left side of the table, I think, here for the 8, potentially. If not, well, judging by that angle, maybe not. Just checking if he wants to play a carom, maybe from the 8 ball and bump the 9 in the top left corner. Opting for the cannon. Delicate one. Judged it well. Didn't need to do too much there. Just give himself a shot on the 8. Just leave a nice natural angle to come down for the 10. SVB setting out his stall straight away. So 1-0 lead, and this is what you get when you play SVB. Probably hands down up there with arguably the best 10-ball break in the game. He's been so dominant in that space. As you can see, referee hand tracking, making sure the balls are as tight as possible using the aero rack. So no templates are used in this format. So we'll get a look here at Frankie Hernandez break, written from the side there. Ball somehow didn't drop in the corner. He's left a pretty open table for sure. He's got a SVB has a nice shot to start with. A little bit of work to do, but they're all pretty much in the open. 3-ball could pose a little bit of an issue. Tell if it goes in the bottom left corner as we see it, but definitely goes in the top left corner and the top right corner. So we might play it to go below the 3-ball here. This will be a delicate one. Let's play cushion first. Just drift the cue ball over. He's caught the point a little bit. Might have a shot in the side. Tricky to get position on the 4. You might have to play this with a bit of pace, as he prefers to play a good safety shot. If he was a little bit straighter. Just taking his 30-second extension there. It's an important shot on the rack, this. Going to put a bit of pace on this if he's playing it in the side. Great angle here. Has got a big pocket if he wants to use the ball. Yeah, that's what he's done. That was the cue ball. It's not bad. Very clever shot there. Yeah, nicely judged. Coming on centre table. No real problems here, Gethin. I don't think. He's got a couple of real shot out here on the 5, or one reel if he chooses. Yeah, just pull this back up to the centre of the table. If he goes high, it's also fine. Use a couple of rails. I like that shot. He's managed these well. Great shot on the 3. Playing off the ball near the centre pocket. Made the pocket a little bit bigger.
Strong stuff from Shane van Boening here, taking a quick 2-0 lead. These are races to 4, best of 3 sets. And, well, I like what I'm seeing from him here, Graham. He's not really giving Frankie a look in at all.
No, it's basically SVB doing what SVB does. Break and run. If you don't punish him from a break, he's going to try and punish you. Very aggressive player, Gethin. He always has been. Such a creative player, as we've seen in the first rack. Just a little cheeky carom off the 8 ball, and then even in that rack they're playing the 3 ball in off, I think it was the 7 ball maybe, into the side pocket. Just shows his visibility and aggression to run out tables. Hence why he's 5 times US Open champion and win everything under the sun.
Well, it's alternate break format. It's a shame back to the Oki, as we see a referee with the Predator rack there. You alluded to that one earlier. I do like the hand rack. It does make this format very interesting. And for our statisticians out there, these will be coming through thick and fast.
Yeah, last break from SVB Gethin was a typical break. Absolutely thunder break. Balls flying in, cue ball centre table. And what he's renowned for. Did I put the jinx on him? I think I did. But he took a bit of pace off that one, I think. Wasn't as hard as the first one from memory, but chance for Frankie here. Open table.
I was actually wondering what the referee and him was talking about just before he lined up to break there. They were both smiling about something there. And here we have Frankie with a first good look. And not a bad spread of the balls out there, Graham. I'm not too sure if the 5 passes the 7, but that would help if it does.
Yeah, I think it is. It's all about this shot. Really needs to hold up. Just that pretty well. Yeah, as you see there, he's got a nice look for this 3 ball.
Well, he's played that well to come just low. Has he come low enough on the 5? He should be able to screw back up for the 6 here. And this will be a very useful reply to Shane's first 2 racks. just running into the 9 there on the wrong side, Graham, and that is trouble. We may see him bring out the jump cue here.
Yeah, jump cue. It's the cue ball. A little bit unlucky there with the nudge on the 9. Lands so hook, but it's pretty straight getting, so jump pretty well. But I think it's makeable.
He wasn't far away, Graham, but what he has done is he's left Shane in a great position here. And after all that hard work, this is a bit of a gimme for SVB.
Yeah, but the missed opportunity there.
Bit of body movement in that shot, Graham, but Frankie will take that to put his first point on the board on this opening set, race at 4, and he will get the break here. So this is a good opportunity to not let Shane get away early on. Over on our other TV table, being streamed right now, another thriller. Billy Thorpe is taking on Joshua Miller. That's being brought to you with our dear colleagues Eric Horlison and Dorj Teachea in the box. We also have table 3 being streamed without commentating, sadly. However, you can have access to all 3 and watch back at your will. Please do visit ProBilliardSeries.com and also Pro Billiard TV for the live stream. And we'll try and keep you updated to the scores as they're coming in. As I mentioned, opening day, opening matches, and we're straight in with the big names.
Big field, lots of exciting players and matches coming up, Gethin. Already called a big one there, but no doubt we'll see many more. Great shot.
Yeah. You couldn't really see much of the one ball there either. Judge that to perfection. And again, Frankie going airborne here. A lot of traffic down this end of the table. So if he were not to make it, there's a good chance he could go safe, but 2 balls to jump over, Graham. This isn't an easy shot.
No, definitely not. He does have a good bit of table to work with. So if he can get over that 8 ball, like you say, the odds on to hit it. It's just where's the cover coming from. There's not much to hide up table. You see 8 ball coming into play. That 5 ball going on the rail could cause a problem, but 3 ball will fix that very quickly.
Yeah, and ball in hand for Shane here. Early warning signs for Frankie. We see him shaking his head a little bit there. We would be disappointed. Judging by his biceps, he's certainly got the power to make them jump shots. just wondering where the 4 ball is positioned, if he needed to try and do something with it. He's moved the 10 instead, Graham. I'm not too sure if it passes the 9 ball, you know. Maybe able to come across it to play the 4 in the same pocket, perhaps, Graham?
Yeah, maybe. I think it does go on the top left as well. It depends if he can avoid the 5. I do like coming across kind of where his hand is now. If you can come above it, it's hard to tell how thin the 3 ball is. It does go on the side as well. It's the left side. It's not too bad. I'm going to have to put a bit of a stroke on this, Gethin. I don't think he's got the best angle. And looking where the 5 ball is, yeah, it's not easy at all.
No, we saw in an earlier rack Shane use a 7 ball near the centre pocket to make the pot, but do not be deceived. These centre pockets are very tight on this Predator arc table, as we see Shane. Well, it was tight. He had to put a shot on it, and that's probably forced the error there, Graham.
Yeah, the balls were quite close together, weren't they? So a little bit unnatural stroke when you have the ball so close. He has had a bit of a roll there, though, has to be said. I think Frankie can see the 4. He's calling the cross bank. It's not a bad shot, but is he going aggressive or is he trying to get cover? He's trying to cover and he's made a bit of a mess of it, I think. But it'll work.
Yeah, well, that 4 ball's nestled nicely on the cushion. Would make it the thinnest of cuts if Shane were to take this on. But I'm not too sure if there's value in that.
Get the 4 on the bottom rail, which he has done.
Yeah, not a bad shot at all, Graham. And Frankie, on a couple of occasions, just not coming to the table with much to look at. Battle of the safeties here. A couple of balls are quite close to the cushion, Graham, which makes these safety shots that bit more difficult. It's really about pace, and he's not done bad there at all.
Yeah, fully agree. Pace-wise, he's judged it pretty well. Jump cue for Van Boening here. Obviously does look like it pots, but boy, does that look tight. Bit of the distance as well to jump over this 10. Shane is very good with the jump cue.
Successful jump.
Cover again.
Has he returned the favour there, Graham?
He has. Got a smile by Frankie there. He's maybe had another bit of a roll, but it was a good hit. This one's a little bit more tricky. He's calling the bottom right, as we see it on the screen, or the top right, that's where his hand is now. The 1 rail and try and kick it in.
It's a big shot, Graham. Really, I was going to say really could do with at least contact to keep himself in with a chance of preventing Shane from getting to the hill in this opening.
Yeah, bit of a mistake. Shane's played that a little bit. Might still be okay. It's a little bit thinner than maybe he would have liked. Managed to come underside the 10, so yeah, still relatively thin on this 6 ball. Go back forwards here. A bit of a longer 7. A bit of angle. He's got it. So he could just play this. He could choose to screw it in across the table if he wants. Just one beyond that rail would be nice. Try to land straight on this 8 ball. going the one rail. Straight to a friend here. It's pretty good.
It doesn't look too bad at all, Graham.
9 in the side here.
Yeah, he's popped the 9 in with the cue ball off the cushion. Quite nice there. And important getting to the hill in the opening set here for Shane. Frankie has had a couple of look-ins, but Shane getting the better of the safety play in this rack.
Yeah. A little bit of a roll there from Shane on a couple of shots. Like you said, when Frankie missed that kick shot, you've got to at least try to make contact with the ball. Missing it completely, ball in hand from that position is a little bit of a self-implosion, but yeah, it is what it is. Gets on the hill. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this tournament unfolds. We have quite a lot of different players joining this one. Grab a reigning champ from last year, getting, if memory serves me well, I think he beat Filler in the final. I'm sure it was a 3-2 thriller last year. So Filler will be trying to go one better this year maybe, and so will many other players.
Talking of other players, coming up after this for our second tranche of opening round matches, we have on this table Ruslan Chynakov taking on Jason Shaw, and on table 1 it will be the very entertaining Naoki Oi taking on the tough Norwegian Emil Gangflot. So there are names popping up left, right and centre here, Graham, and I hope we're strapped in tight enough.
It's all about. Just those names alone, exciting. Every match is going to be a treat. It's all free. Join it from your armchair, or if you're near Vegas, pop along, watch it live. Why not? Have the seats there, arena all around. You can watch the games. Plenty going on. Yeah, interesting to see. We'll see that next match coming up, as you said. Shaw back on the table.
Absolutely, and if there's anyone watching that is local to the Westgate Las Vegas Resort and Casino, it's free to come down and watch and see your favourite players. We also have the CSI Q Sports International Expo going on at the same time, so there's lots to do down here. Shane Van Boening, with a shake of Frankie's head, has a good look at this one. Not the easiest of tables for him here. But he's held nicely for the 2, Graham.
That ball could be an interesting one. That 7 ball could play maybe in Param. I don't know if the 7 does go on the side. Hard to tell from that angle, getting, but if not, try and do something.
Yeah,
Maybe play the 6 ball off to the 9, maybe.
He's looking at that now, Graham. Now you've mentioned it, he must be reading your mind. I think that's his best option. From the overhead, I'd err on the side of caution that 7 won't go. And as you pointed out correctly, oh, yeah, you pointed it out correctly, Graham.
I think it's the only shot, really. From where the balls are, the most logical shot that is. If you can land straight on the 6 ball in the side, kind of just play. You have to be a little bit delicate though, Gethin, because playing the 6 onto the 9 will push the 7 ball kind of down towards the 8 ball area, depending how hard he plays the shot. He doesn't want to hook himself, so pace is important. You have to push him more.
Well, I got my ruler out there, Graham. There's a good chance this 7 ball's going to run into the 8, which may help him keep the 7 clear.
Let's see. Depends on the angle. slowly. Needs to pull up. Hold it.
Oh. Well, I do like the overhead view, I won't lie, and it did say that the 7 was going down towards that 8, and I felt either he had to hit it hard to bump it off of it, or play it softer than that, and he may be in trouble here. And that might not be good enough. It needs to slow up.
Oh,
Ooh.
wow. Wow. That's a little bit careless, to be honest, Gethin. Should have been nowhere near that corner pocket. 7 ball actually leaked out a little bit as well, so I think maybe the frustration of, you could say a little bit of bad fortune. It's always hard to know exactly where those balls will go and play those kind of shots. But I'm sure he thought the same as we did. Was heading towards the 8, so he could have played it a bit harder, but more softer.
Well, it's a great opportunity for Frankie, and he needs to just make sure of these. Bring it back to 3-2. And this first set may still be within his grasp. Need to score back to 3-2, race to 4, opening set, and well, that keeps the fire quite stoked for him there.
Yeah, Shane will be annoyed. Still very chilled, of course, but that should have been over. Even though that 7 and 9 was a little bit tricky, still got a fancy Shane to take them out from there. But this is how this format works. Race to 4, you know, Gethin, it's a pretty short race, isn't it? So a couple of mistakes here or there, before you know it, you're in a set. Make sure you finish them off when you get the chances, otherwise they'll bite you.
Completely agree, and I've just been taking a little look at the scores. And for our viewers at home, if you want to do the same, please do visit probilliardseries.com. It has all of the information. The men's event, the ladies event, and there's more events to come over the next 10 days. But it just looks like Joshua Fillers are taking the opening set against Billy Thorpe there. So heating up over there. We're still yet to culminate this opening set here. Looks like they're playing quick on table 1.
Has been playing pretty fast as well. Some of his results on social media recently, firing some quick wins in. Got a body in that break, but dry again. 7 ball joining the party, but he can't see the 1. Don't think so. Maybe he can kick it in. Hard to tell from this view, but he's hook it in. Can he kick it in? Maybe.
Not from the way he's approaching this. Looking to try and push the 1 ball past the 6 and use the 6 as cover. Oh, and he's just nubbled the 6 as well.
No damage. Don't really. Yeah, can he flick off the 1 ball? This is an interesting shot. Flick off the 1. Go down behind the red 3. Gotta get the cue ball right. Easy to double kiss this. The 1 ball being so close to the rail. It's caught it high with the cue ball.
Yeah,
Not too bad.
he avoided the scratch. There was a good possibility of that running that side of the 3 ball. And well, the 1 ball is on, but the cue ball looks like it's going to be running into traffic, and he'd ideally like to finish straight for the combination on the 2-4. So is he going to go aggressive here?
In trouble, yeah.
Oh,
Just ran
has
on.
he found the gap?
Has. Take that. Judging by his face, I think he's okay, you know. Not easy combination, of course, but I'm sure for all the money he thought he was going to be hooked there. He doesn't have a shot yet. called 4.
Yeah, let's see where the 2 travels to as well. He may put himself back into a little spot of bother here. The 8 might have rescued him.
No early 10 balls either, so
Yeah, for our eagle-eyed viewers and avid 10-ball players sniffing that 3-10 combination. Yes, early 10s, as Graham mentioned, is not allowed. But what Shane's done here is put Frankie in a lot of bother. But even so, I still think that 3 is going to be a problem. Oh, look at the result here. The thinnest of contacts. And the cue ball has run lovely behind the 7 ball. So Shane up to the table with his jump stick. Just wants it a little bit longer. But this is not an easy shot that he's taking on here, Graham.
no, this is tough. The only good thing is that it's pretty straight-ish. So I think if he gets over the ball, makes contact, high percentage chance of making this. Didn't make it. He's going to leave a 2-10 combo, I think. The 10 ball will come back out. As you see, it's pretty much wired. What a chance for Hernandez here.
Yeah, if he can just ensure he plays this in a way where the 2 doesn't track behind the 3, this should be quite a nice opportunity for him. And yeah, he's done that. And to get back to 3-3 in this opening set after the way Shane looked like he came out the blocks, this should be very nicely for him, as he reminds the referee to spot the 10.
Yeah. This 5 ball's going to play a key part as well, Gethin, because it's in one of those spots where you want to leave it too thin. But also that 8 ball comes into play as well. You have to be probably pretty straight on the 5, so we can roll it forward, play the 6 in the left-hand centre pocket would be nice. On the rail will work here.
And done that to perfection. This is the shot, I feel, Graham.
It's going to be somewhat close to the rail-ish, I would think. Just run this forward, take what the table gives you. A bit short, maybe.
Yeah, it doesn't
The
want
angle.
too much of an angle.
He's going away from the 7 somewhat, so you can have a little bit more of a thinner 7, but there's a kind of a natural cut inside, head down table and back up at the 8, so not too bad. That wobbled in though.
We had a good view of Shane in the background there watching that as well, chewing away there. Yeah, that did wipe its feet. He's digging into this 7, which makes the shot a little bit trickier. That should be what he needs to take this 6th rack. And 3-3 in the opening set, Graham. Well, will that be the sign of things to come? Because that would start to light the fire of shootout.
Yeah, I mean, you could say first set nerves for SBB, or settling in if that's even possible for Shane. He's played that many tournaments. I feel like he's settled in all the time, but still these short races do put a little bit of extra pressure on. You don't have a race to 8, 9 or 10 where you can ease into the match. Before in previous events, you really have to not only take your chances, I know that's a cliche, but in these short formats you've got to take the chances when they come. And full credit to Hernandez here, he's picked up some pieces, and well, it's not a question of SVB. will have the break.
Well, I'll also add to that, Graham, I would say it's a big credit to Predator and Pro Billiards Series. They've worked hard to get the formats right, and I do find this one to be a rather exciting one, and with the set format can provide some really good surprises. As we look at the stats there, Shane, well, it suggests 851 on the player overall performance versus Frankie's 689. The score isn't reflecting that right now, 3-3. Who will take this opening set? Shane van Boening is stepping up to break. He'd be ideally looking to make balls off the break here. We've seen a couple of dry ones through this set. They're having another chat again.
What's going on?
Well, we haven't got him mic'd up. Oh. And it looks like he's just informing him of... I think he's suggesting he's to break.
You know what I think's happened? I think they've made a mistake. I had a feeling at the beginning, I don't know if something's happened, but I thought it was winner breaks. Then, oh, we're alternate break. I think something's happened there. Because they've been alternate break, but I'm a little bit confused now, getting who broke the last rack? It was Hernandez, wasn't it? Well,
It was a dry.
Who knows?
It was a dry break. Yeah.
I'm sure the referee's more than
No,
capable
it
of
was. Yeah,
managing.
it was. It was Frankie that broke, and then I think he left Shane in that. He had to play off the cushion to play onto the one. So yeah,
That's right.
be interesting. Maybe some of our eagle-eared viewers will have a better idea of what's going on. Maybe there's even someone in the stands there that's not only watching the match but listening in. Frankie's played a
Well, that's
push.
an interesting outcome. It's an interesting outcome. I mean, fair play to the referee, recognising that something's happened and doing something, but I kind of feel if they've gone alternate breaks, you know, maybe you kind of feel let them finish that way this set and then reset it from the next one, but rules are the rules.
No. And I like what the referee did there, explained it to both players. No grumbles. Let's get down and boogie. And what a shot there from Frankie to open up his account here.
Smile from Shane there. It's a good shot. Just waiting for the scoreboard will be updated, but I'm pretty sure that's 3-3 get in.
I agree with you. I agree with you. It is 3-3. This is the deciding. Oh, that is a very handy shot. But yeah, this is the deciding rack. I'm sure the board will be updated soon. And this is a key shot for Shane here, because if he doesn't finish safe and or pot it, there's a good risk here. Frankie could steal this opening set. He's going to go airborne here, Graham. He's jumping over both 5 and 9, and he's called the bank, reverse bank, to the pocket where he's standing now.
Oh, hello.
That's not far away.
Keep running.
Well, that's the first time I've heard the crowd. I'm sure it won't be the last, but what a sigh from all of them. I'm sure there are a few people thinking that was going in. Great jump shot there, Graham. How's he left Frankie?
He does have a bank option with kind of position if he wants to go for it, you know, go on 3 rails. This could be the set right here if he pumps this in, getting 3 rails, come round for the 4. It's going to be a shot right here. It's gone slow with the speed though. A little bit tentative for me that. Put a bit more juice into it.
Yeah, yeah. As you can see from where he's left the cue ball, wouldn't have been left with the shot on the 4. It was a good spot by you there, Graham. Around the 3 rails, would have been sitting nicely on the 4, and the balls are nicely opened. However, now, return to Shane, and he's rattled the 3. Wow. Hill thriller in the opening set.
Yeah, that wasn't an easy one by any means, but it was definitely in SVB's ammunition to make that one. It's very thin this, but don't fancy him to take it on. It's going to leak out, Gethin.
Oh.
Wow, that's a huge mistake.
Oh, that is. Obviously was looking to provide cover with the 6 and the 7. But if it leaked out this side, it was always going to leave this cut onto the centre pocket. Shane electing not to do too much there. A bit of check side on the cue ball, but what the check side has done is it slowed that cue ball down, and that's left a bit of a trickier shot than he was hoping for.
Good news is he's got plenty of space on that right side of the table. So back and forwards here. Coming around, plays it very well. It's pretty straight on this, so if he can draw the cue ball back to where it is, kind of, that would be pretty good. Somewhere around that spot. He's obviously going to go a little bit to the left of where his hand is now, you would think. Put too much into that.
I thought the little ding on the 9 was going to help him, but it's taken the pace out of the cue ball. And, well, he's not out of the woods yet, Graham.
No, under the gun here. This is a thin one, but it is set ball really for me. So I could have Gethin. He's had another roll maybe.
Is that cue ball going to roll far enough? I don't
It's
think
not.
it has from this angle. Ooh.
That was the pressure for Frankie here to take the set off. Wow. Man, what a chance. Look at these balls as well. I mean, under normal circumstances, Gethin, these are plop-ins, but he's got to know the size of this moment. Take the set off SVB. First match. Important shot coming up here.
He's got a little bit of body movement after his shot as well. You can see that he's just feeling it a little bit.
Has to be a little bit high on this 9 as well. He doesn't want to be straight on the 9. That would be not ideal because he's going to have no shot on the 10. He's okay though. How about this Gethin? Nobody expected this.
No. And it
Real.
looks like the dynamic Hispanic. Oh, Graham. What a turn up for the books. And Frankie Hernandez takes this opening set with a hill thriller. 4-3. And the referee just coming over and having a quick chat just to maybe reassure him of what went on before. Maybe even asking if the players want to take a break, Graham. I think that's what they're going to do here. A bit of movement in the crowd as well. So if he's taking a break, may I suggest after that thriller we just take a little comfort break to replenish the glasses. Graham and I will be right back with you for the opening of this second set. We'll be right back. Well, welcome back as we return for the beginning of our second set. If anyone was studying the statistics there, well, you would have thought Shane Van Boening would have taken that opening set, but it was a hill thriller. Frankie Hernandez taking it. My name's Gethin Davis. Joining me in the commentating box, Graham Hickman. Well, Frankie to break, Graham. What could happen here?
Well, exactly. All in that first set. Very much looking like it was going to go SVB's way, but as we know in pool, tables turn. A few mistakes, a couple of careless mistakes from SVB has to be said. Missed 10 ball and yeah, a few loose safety shots or positional shots, you would say. However, early chance for Shane, scratch off the break. We would expect Shane here to come out firing all guns blazing in this set. Getting for me, full focus, laser beams.
Completely agree. It's business. He was sat in his chair for the duration of the break there. Frankie taking a break, and you can see Shane inspecting the table, having a little rethink of how that first set played out, but that will be in the back of his mind now. He will have his eyes on taking these next two. What will Frankie do to be able to stop him? Well, at the moment, Shane's at the table, in good shape on the six. You can see him in good position here. Should come around the back of the 8 here.
So he's not hanging around, is he? This was a quick one. You can see SVB means business. Does not want to replicate what happened there in set one. Looking to pounce early doors. Takes the first rack. Gets the break in the next.
Yeah, and well, this is what we saw in the first set, Graham. He really does need to keep the momentum now. A few more people coming into the arena to watch this. I mean, if you looked at Frankie's face there, you wouldn't think he was one set up against SVB, but that's his style. 57-year-old veteran. I'd be interested to see how many times these guys have met in the past.
Yeah, I'm sure he's been around the pool scene. He's in a good position at the minute. Hopefully gets a chance from SVB. Quite clearly see the difference in the breaks in terms of power and consistency. But nothing from SVB there. Not sure if he's left an edge of the one, but jump cue in his hand. No, he hasn't, so maybe he can get an edge.
He's called it in the corner.
Maybe he can pot it in. Looks for all the monies. It's a little bit hooked, but could be deceiving. Well, there you go.
He's a bit unlucky there. I don't think that 2 passes the 4, Graham.
No, definitely doesn't. He's got a few balls to hide behind though. Just push the cue ball over towards the 9 area. Goes 3 ball and the 9 to help. 4 and the 7. Looks pretty okay. Can he get the one
May
rail
have just
kick?
come over. Yeah. The 1 rail kick and stick would be his preferred option here, but he's got to put a bit aside on this. Always judged that nicely, Graham.
Yeah, that's it. Bread and butter for SVB, that.
Frankie's looking at the 2-rail escape here. Not too sure how he would expect to leave the cue ball with that. He would probably need to catch it quite thick.
Yeah, great. And he could try to play off the edge, send the cue ball back down table, but a lot more danger that way. Thicker contact could run into the 9. Tried the edge, he's nearly got it.
Was tracking towards the pocket there, Graham, but without enough pace. And where the cue ball's landed, can Shane take this opportunity? A little bit of a shake of the head from Frankie there, but that was a difficult escape at the best of times. Shane just playing cushion first here to get position on the 3, and he's not happy either.
Yeah, I think you expected that to run on quite a bit more than it did. Now he's got too much angle to hold for this 4. Might even have to come below. Not ideal. Get back up for the 5. Don't know if the 4 goes in the right-hand side pocket. Don't even know if he can hold it up table. Looks like too much angle for me, Gethin.
Yeah, he's not really giving much away from his facial expressions. He could be playing a safety here.
6 ball here. Trying to go up and down. Wow.
Lovely improvised shot, but the cue ball has run on a little bit further than he would have hoped. I don't know how his 4 to 5 will be here. Could see a lot of premise on this shot.
Just gonna say you might see an exhibition shot here. Maybe straight, but what a shot he's played there.
He's avoided everything. If anything, he's finished straight on the 5, Graham. Oh.
Incredible. Don't know how much he can punch it. If he can't punch it to that right-hand side rail, a lot of right-hand spin, he might be able to just spin the cue ball down for the 6 in the bottom left. He scratched.
Oh, needs to.
Well, that for a shot. Didn't have any angle there, but made something from nothing. A smile from Frankie, but to be honest, that was a fantastic shot.
And as you alluded to at the opening of this second set, Graham, Shane is coming out looking like he means business now. Not that he didn't before, but there seems to be a little bit more thoughtful and considerate Shane here.
He realises the match is still very much alive, but he'd love to get a quick set under the belt, get his arm going.
Nice little
like
view of the supporters there with the nods of approval. And they're also recognising Shane just putting the foot down, maybe shifting up another gear. But I have to say, aside of the performance, I did like that exhibition shot he played, and maybe he's just feeling it a little bit more now as well.
Decided he's just going to play his game. Maybe he was, not say he was tentative in the first set, but Shane can shoot the lights out as well as anybody, so got all the shots in all the games, and you know, he's just coming off a pretty good run in the Derby City as well, isn't he, Gethin? He got master of the table, won the 1 pocket, did well in the banks and the 9 ball, hence why he got master of the table, and just goes to show how solid he is on all games and disciplines. He sees all the shots.
Yeah, and talking about all the disciplines, some of the other highlights from the Derby are on table 1 right now, and well, Billy has got it back to 1 set apiece. So that one looks like it's shaping up quite nicely as well.
Yeah, exciting stuff. As you mentioned, disciplines, we do have another discipline match, a bit of a treat for us throughout this week of pool. You know, an exhibition kind of challenge match against John Schmidt, Darren Appleton. They raced to 150 in straight pool. Nice to see Darren and John back on the table, both formidable straight pool players, and obviously John has a history of shooting a lot of balls, so it'll be an interesting one to catch that one as well, Gethin.
Yeah, I'm very much looking forward to that. That will be on Saturday evening, Vegas time, 7 o'clock, I believe that kicks off, Saturday the 21st. And well, we had the privilege of seeing Darren Appleton return back in our last tournament, and was looking in real good form, and also great to see him back. And always nice to have a bit of straight pool on the stream. And back to the 10 ball here. Frankie's got a good look at this one. The 3 is in a horrible position, locked up with the 5 there. Oh, and he's forced it. And that's forced the miss.
Yeah, all of a sudden, I think the wheels have come off a little bit for Frankie. Coming from a pretty solid first set, and then he's just getting a little bit much, thinking these chances he has to take. Say that 3 and 5 is not ideal. Half wondering if there's a 3-5 carom. Can you play off the thin edge of the 3? Push the 5 in the bottom corner. Don't know if that's on. Might be. That's still a couple of shots away.
Yeah, I like your thinking there, Graham. Maybe even coming off the cushion onto the 3 first, but I do like what Shane's doing here. He's recognizing that Frankie's a little bit out of sorts, and he's put him in bother, not really letting him getting any momentum in this second set. But yeah, that 3-5 is quite tricky. And 4 is not in much of a better position either.
Just wondering if Shane can leave an angle on this 2 ball here. Could try to disturb that 3 and 5, assuming he doesn't like a carom or some other kind of option, but for me there's only really 2 options. Leave an angle on the 2, try and come across and open the 3, or play that 3 carom. I mean, you could play safe as well on the 3, but Shane has been playing so aggressive. Guess we'll find out in a moment, Gethin.
Well, yeah, where the 10 is, he can't come off the bottom rail into them. If he can come into them and hold the cue ball near the cushion for a straight 4, that might be a good order of the day. Ooh, he's just over spun it there, Graham. He was definitely looking to develop the 3 there.
Yeah, it was tricky coming in with that kind of speed, kind of a stun shot. Wasn't natural, so he had to kind of force it, but he does have the second prize to some degree, that he could open the 3. And actually this kick is not easy, because I don't know how much of a problem this 7 ball is. Is he going to have to play this below? He might be okay.
Well, where the cue ball is, Graham, it's going to be difficult to put spin on that cue ball, or at least a spin that you can depend upon.
Yeah, the good thing is there's a lot of balls around this area, so if he can make a pretty good contact, maybe double the 3 back across, or even a thin hit on the 3, good things could happen here. You just got to hit it. Doesn't want to scratch though. So, yeah, I see there's always options there. I think there was a few balls around the bottom end of the table that could help him. He hasn't had the shot, but boy, this is tough.
Well, I was about to say, I'm sure he'll take the result, although I wouldn't put much past the South Dakota kid at the moment. But this looks, well, it's not as straight as I thought it was. That is not good enough, I'm afraid, Graham.
Just trying to get the hook. It wasn't straightforward, but I do prefer that option versus the aggressive shot on the 3, because 4-5 combo is not ideal. But Frankie does need to play a good shot here. There's the cue ball. That's pretty good.
Oh, that was looking like it was going to lock behind the 5 there. It did leak a little bit, but not enough. Can he get around the 6 here for a hit on the 3? He may have to go around the 6.
Well, he called the 3 in the corner, that's why he's missed it. Thin. Did want to catch the 3 from the top side, like a kick and stick, because the scratch would have been on potentially. So that he tried to come thin. It may look like he misjudged it massively, but did want to catch it on the thin side. Good shot required here. He's going to draw this possibly off 2 rails, maybe even 3, and try and get inside the 4 and the 5. That middle diamond get in would be great. Get the cue ball there, right in between the 4 and the 5. So I hit this though. How does it look? Going to take that all day.
Yeah.
Take that.
Well,
Nice cueing.
are you getting a little bit of deja vu to the first set here, Graham?
Yeah. It's, well, wait a minute.
Ooh.
The cue ball's gone.
Look at that cue ball.
That was a huge chance for me there. This could be the turning point of this set. I know he's hooked SVB here a little bit, but at some point missing these chances, he's going to catch up with them. That was a golden chance there.
It wasn't an easy shot. These pockets are tight on these Predator tables, and having to force the cue ball back for the 5 as well. And it made the shot very difficult. He has got the result here, like you mentioned.
I think he pots this, Gethin. I think he's due one.
Mystic Meg time. Oh, and again, he wasn't far away.
No. Yeah. First day, first match. And out there. Got a few wrong in the early days, but yeah, I just figured he was due one. He's had a few jumps and it was a tough one by all accounts, but you know what? It has to take these out, Gethin, for me, otherwise this set is over.
It does, Graham, but just being a little bit picky, he seems to be rushing in a little bit to his shots where he was a little bit more careful earlier. And just not wanting him to make an unnecessary mistake. And just felt like his tempo was a bit too quick there. I mean, both players are playing under the 30-second shot clock, but so far neither player's really been bothered by it. He's not completely in it, is he, Graham?
In terms of opportunity there, those balls were dot to dot. He didn't even have to stun the 6 ball in, he could have just rolled it in or anything, but that tells me he's feeling the pressure for sure. One person who will not mind is Mr. Van Boening. He will quite happily pick up these pieces. I'd love to get a quick set under his belt. Try to steamroll the last one. Definitely out of sorts is Frankie.
Yeah, this is a double elimination 10-ball event, 128 players, $150,000 in the pot. And Shane, with that in the back of his mind, has extended his lead to the hill in this second set, leads 3 racks to 0. And yeah, if Frankie's going to do anything, it's got to be done now. And I just feel like he's let a good opportunity go there, especially with his demeanor coming into the second set. He should have been reassured that there's every chance of taking the second. I just don't think he's helped himself in that regard. Just take a look at the stats. Yeah, Shane consistently over the 800 mark there, Graham. And that's what's going to be needed. Maybe even a little bit more as this tournament progresses.
Yeah, and you can see the drop off from Frankie in the performance levels there. You mentioned Shane flying on 866, but Frank way down in 400. He's just not at the races on this set. But the good thing about this format, Gethin, is you can write a set off. I guess in some respects Shane did that in the first one. He's come out firing in this one. Maybe, not that you throw the towel in, but maybe Frankie's mentally trying to prepare himself for the final set, because current performance, I can't see him taking this set from Shane. it's all just getting a bit much in this set. Can't seem to string a few balls together all of a sudden. How long that goes on for, how hard it's going to be. Shane will just... Incredible. Just going to say, Shane will be feeding off that more and more. Wow. What a roll.
Well, the one cushion escape could reap Frankie rewards here. Maybe he's... And when I say the one rail escape, Graham, I mean off the short rail here.
Yeah, he does have a thin edge on it, and he could push the one just on the bottom rails, kind of put the one into a dead space, if you like. I'm not sure he's going to be able to get the cue ball up the table without hitting the 6. If he can, it's all about controlling the one. He doesn't want it to leak out, just because the pace.
You can see the edge. And that's not a bad result. He may have just left an edge on the one here, but he'll take that.
He's got a chance of pot in the side here, though. Not just the one ball, half ball. Could play a 3-ball combination. Wow. Incredible.
Wasn't far away. May be able to carom off the one ball to pop the 2 here and leave the 1 down into that 7-ball pocket. Oh, doesn't want it to run too far into a safe position, Graham, and that 10 might have spoiled the party.
Yeah, I thought you could have played that a little bit thinner, a little bit softer, just to play the 1 down the rail and then have a better position for the 3, but I've got a little bit more pressure. If it does go past, that is. Oh, there you see. I think it does squeeze past. It's tight. It does go.
Oh, it does. And the shot clock was breathing down his neck, Graham. That's a good pot.
It was a little bit straight on this 3, I think.
Yeah. Is he going to need to find that window between the 5 and the 8? Or can he draw it back further? I think he just brought it back far enough. And this is not a bad opportunity for him there. The 6 pass in the 7 would help.
I think if you're looking for a 6, 7 combo get in, that would be the most practical route, I think. I'd love to get a little bit closer to the 6. Maybe he's got a bit of angle on this 5. It's all about control on the 6 after it makes contact with the 7 here. So nice angle.
Ah, that's a good spot, Graham. And he may have just run on a little bit further than he wanted to. If he's going for the cannon, maybe it does pass. No, not from that angle, it does not. So he is playing this. And the ball's going to be running in opposite directions after the combo's made. Again.
Yeah, just going to say there, I felt like the shot was played with a little bit pace and pushed the 6 ball up to go past the 9 in the corner. Might still take it on, but maybe 10, hiding behind the 10 might be a better option here. Could go all aggressive on the bank.
He's certainly not making life easy for himself here. I do feel there's a couple of shots he could have played a little bit more delicately. And he's got the cue ball nowhere near the 10 here.
He's had a ball though. He's had a ball. It's going to be an exhibition shot by SVB here. Plenty left-hand spin. Cut this in. 1, 2, maybe 4 rails up and down the table. Potentially, maybe just up and down. Even going for it, that's incredible.
Wow.
Can't stand that shot at all. Maybe he didn't like it. Maybe the scratch was on, or yeah, I don't know, getting on. I'm a bit bamboozled by that. I honestly thought that 6 ball was potable. Granted, the position wasn't easy, but wow, what is going on?
Well, I did like your call of the exhibition shot. Shane has been delivering already such shots in this match, but Frankie's responded, missing by a country mile. And Shane's left with a similar shot, but a bit of distance between the cushion and the ball. And he's turned it down again.
Maybe he's just thinking, take this whichever way possible. But again, just chip that in and bring the cue ball up the table. It looked potable. I'm not saying it was easy, but very much in S&B's arsenal. The thing is, when you bring your opponent back to the table, crazy things can happen. Could be behind the 9 board here.
I was going to say that line's looking bigger and bigger the more I look at it. And that's not bad pace.
It's self-inflicted for me that I felt I might just have an edge on here. He's hoping he can. He can go a bit real first. That 6 ball could track down towards that bottom right corner if he catches it from behind.
Yeah, I have to concur. Bamboozled was the right word there, Graham. At 3-0 in the second set, he felt that it was certainly worth going for. Ooh, and he was risking the scratch there, but as it's turned out, I think he's got a full ball cover on this 6. Frankie going airborne, Graham. This is a makeable jump, but a lot of distance between the two.
Yeah, this is a big shot now, because you would think this could be the make or break of this rack in this set. Give it a bit of a whack.
Well, he's got a good look at this 6. He's going to need to play this with a little right-hand side to keep the cue ball down there, unless there's another shot he can play. Just come across the table straight. Okay.
Straight up and down.
And yeah, maybe Graham, you hit the nail on the head. Shane wanting a better opportunity in this 4th rack. He's got it. And this match looks like it's being taken to a deciding set. Shane van Boening to take a 4-0 win in the second set. Came out of the blocks meaning business after losing the first set on the hill to Frankie Hernandez, 4-3. Referee having a little word, asking them if they want to take a break now. A couple of the spectators are. Well, Graham, how are you going to call this one?
Well, based on the performance of that last set, realistically there's only one winner. Unless something happens with Shane, I feel Frankie's seems to have just hit a brick wall at the moment. Too much spring. Run out together, unlike the first set where he picked up a few pieces. Just feels like Shane's got a little bit more control of this match now after that first set. Kind of loss, if you like, or steal. Yeah, looking at the stats there, you can see Shane's getting stronger, really. Granted, that set dipped a little bit there in terms of performance, but it's just because of a few shots.
I'm enjoying the stats. Even though sometimes they don't reflect the score as accurately, it does give you a good insight into how the players are playing and the shape the match is taking. As Frankie's just having a little chat with Shane there. I was wondering if our good friend of PBS, Michael Salmon, was doing the stats again this time. Spectator filling up his social media. So, Shane van Boening to open up this 3rd set. No breaks taken by either player. And I will just add, if this 3rd deciding set gets to 3-3, we will be in for a shootout. for Frankie here. No open shot. Some options for safety, Graham.
Yeah, I think push out really, but he's got to think about this next shot because he doesn't want to leave Shane an option to play the one full in the face and send it around the angles. I think there's a few balls blocking that path. That's what he's checking. I think he can go on the inside, the underside of the 2 ball or the 4 ball there at the top. He can go underside that, send the cue ball around the angles, and leave the white ball behind the sticks. I think that's maybe just on.
And Graham, you have to think that that was a bit of a poor push by Frankie there, because that shot looked like forever and a day it would be on if the cue ball was over there. And well, Shane didn't need asking twice, Graham.
No, I think maybe it could be maybe it didn't look on, but with these new cloth and new table, there is a bit of a slide in the early matches, and that kind of bank shot, if you like, does drift up the table. So maybe it could be knowledge of Shane and bad effort by Hernandez there. It's okay. Definitely not going in the side, but hasn't sold out as well. Oh, it goes off the 8 maybe. How about this for a shot, Gethin? On the right side of the 6 ball, up the long rail, and then in off the 8, leaving a shot on the 2 below the 10. That'll work. Thank you very much, says Mr. Van Boening. That'll work. 3 ball goes past the 4, I think, as well, so certain good chance.
Good.
Just use 1 or 2 rails depending how he feels. Just using the 1.
Doesn't want to leave too much of an angle there, Graham. He's going to be running away from the 6.
That's why I was thinking maybe 2 rails could have been better, but just wanted it to run on a little bit. He has got enough to draw it off the rail and back out. Key shot coming up here. That 9 ball is a little bit of a pain just because of where the 8 ball is. He could choose to just, I think he might be able to squeeze the 7 out and maybe leave the cue ball maybe in the middle of the table. Might be an option instead of trying to do something crazy. That's what he's going to play, get in.
Yeah. The cue ball will naturally be running round to the 9. A bit thin, you'll need to control the cue ball pace.
I think he just punch this off the rail and draw it up a little bit. Yeah, I think that's able to take the medicine. The angle's quite nice on this 8 ball, just to plays these shots so well. Just to drift it over with right hand spin. Use a couple of rails. Could use 1 rail if he chooses and just take the medicine. Judged it well.
This is great stuff, Graham. And Shane still running strong after his second set performance, the 4-0 win. He gets this opening rack in this 3rd set, off to a great start. And well, Frankie needs to start doing something now, not just to stop the rot. Points on the board are really going to help him here. But Shane looking like he really means business. That first set really woke him up.
Yeah, he means business. Shane can smell the blood. He's got him right where he wants him at the moment. Hernandez he's had a couple of chances really in that second set, which he just couldn't take or capitalize on. Be a little bit annoyed with that. If you had taken one or two of those chances, put Shane under a little bit more pressure, that set could have been also pretty close, and maybe he could have nicked that one. But I think with Shane taking that set 4-0, already getting one on the board here, yeah, you can just envision break and run or a quick rack coming up at some point.
Yeah, and as you alluded to there, Graham, Frankie has had his opportunities. He was able to take them in the opening set. He did miss a couple of opportunities in the second set to maybe keep it a bit more interesting. Now he's facing his opponent, Shane, on a 1-0 lead. But that might be a dry break. I think it is. And well, points need to start going on the board, Graham. I'm not too sure if this visit is going to be the one, but he looks like he might be eyeing up the one ball here.
It's definitely potable. Might be able to go above the middle pocket and leave a shot on the two. Two I could have thought. He's got the second prize of a hook. Looks like Shane can kick this in between the 4 ball and the 10. It's all about how does he contact the one and can he get a hook? Jumping it, maybe he can't. Hold the one in the corner. High elevation.
Even if he only has the edge, it's high elevation, Graham. Tricky shot. Oh. How's his position on the 2? That will be unlucky.
Keep the cue in his hand. Go for back-to-back jump shots. I knew he was due one. This one's equally as tricky because he's got a bit more distance and has to kind of land on the 2 ball here, I think. Did just that.
Will this run into the 9? It has run into the 9, Graham, and that's left the 2 in a nice position here. And where the 3 is, he doesn't need to do so much. I'm sure he'll like to bring the cue ball back some. But these are the opportunities Hernandez needs to be taking on the dynamic Hispanic. He's got a little angle to work with here.
Yeah, I was wondering if he can get around the balls. Does he have to draw this? He's going to try and go squeeze it round. 5 ball's looking pretty big. Might have a second prize here. Does the 4 go past the 9 in the corner? This will be the key shot. Looks tight. It's very tight. I think it goes.
I did like our cameraman picking up a little bit of shade in the background there, chewing away and shaking his head. He's not getting it his way in this 3rd set completely. But this is a tricky shot for Frankie here. Not necessarily that easy to play a safety either, so.
Great. Might have to send the 4 ball up above the 8 or something. Not sure what he's calling. Trying to put it behind the 7. That was really difficult. He has got a good object ball. Granted, it's not so difficult to hit, but can Shane, well, 1, avoid the scratch, which is the most important thing. Can he get the 4 ball away from the 9? I don't know if we can.
Yeah.
A slow one, but I don't like it. He's got to play this with a bit of pace, get in and draw.
Very difficult to guarantee what happens, especially going in with pace. Always the chance of an in-off.
Can't get the edge, you know. Is there a kind of crazy bank on? He didn't call it, but he might be able to double it out. Didn't realise you could see so much. He can just bank it out. He's tried. Oh, what a shot! Oh, the shot he's played there. That was very delicate. Very well done.
Yeah, well picked up there. And It did look a little bit like it could have been a one-pocket shot and the bank may have been on, but this is much nicer for Shane here. Not too difficult an escape for Frankie, but... Oh!
Oh,
A foul.
must have fell at the white or something. Touching the cue ball. I don't know if the ref called it or Frankie called it, but either way, safety shot is earned. Shane, chance to get a 2-rack lead here. 8 and 9 is probably going to be the key shot, obviously. It does look like a relatively inviting combo. Has to get nice on it.
Yeah, Frankie was up straight away from that, whether the ref spotted it or not. Great sportsmanship there from Hernandez. But in the back of his mind, he must have realized this is going to be a great opportunity for Shane here. And Frankie really needs to keep Shane on a bit of a leash, and that's not the case here. 2-0 for Shane would be ideal. What are you thinking? 8-9 combination?
Now, punch it over to the right side of the table, middle diamond. Take the 8 at the top left, I think, for me. A little bit short, but just be able to play this kind of one rail out. Just have a bit of a cut on the 9. Take what the table gives you here. No heroics needed.
Let the cue ball do the work, Graham.
Got the pace here. And just use the one rail. Ran on a little bit, close to the rail, but he's pretty straight, so he's taking these pretty well. So from a good safety shot, getting okay, granted, it was kind of an unintentional foul from Hernandez, but Shane felt like he was going to earn the chance from that safety shot, and see 2-rack to 0 lead. I mean, is there any way back for Hernandez here? For me, I don't know. Really on Shane giving him a helping hand, I think.
Yeah, that's a good question, Graham. I actually don't think Frankie's... Well, sorry, I think Frankie's his worst enemy at the moment. He's not really been looking completely comfortable out there, even when he was coming to the table with a 1-set lead. And well, I'm not too sure if that's the prospect of taking on SVB, but Frankie's 57 years of age, a veteran, very well accomplished player. Couldn't imagine the prospect of playing Shane would daunt him too much. He's certainly not getting everything his way. And well, Shane up to break, Graham. Leading 2-racks to 0. Final set, race to 4. Oh. He clobbered that, Graham.
Well, that's what you call a break. Smile there. Felt like he deserved a bit more from the break.
Yeah, a little wry smile from Shane. Can he see the 3? Maybe that wry smile indicated that he can't. But our overhead may suggest otherwise. Well, I'm sure he was aware that that cue ball would have been tracing close down there. Felt there was value in going for it. As it's turned out, he scratched and has given Frankie ball in hand, and after that strong break by Shane, there's no trouble out there really for him, and I'll be expecting Frankie to take advantage of one of these opportunities. He'll need to before long.
Yeah, I said it in the earlier set. I must run out rack. It's getting to the point now where it's do or die. These are the kind of chances that you have to take. Unexpected mistake. especially against the top players. You do need to punish, just to put that pressure on, to let them know that they can't afford to make those mistakes. Otherwise, if you keep letting players back in, you seem to make less and less mistakes. So he should be in good shape here, really. Doesn't have to do anything. You can just play a stop shot or a little draw.
Will do. And well, after a bit of a dry spell from Frankie. Oh, Graham, that's
Wow.
another one from the commentator, and a smile from Frankie, and a scratch of the head, Graham.
That's as easy as they come, to be honest. Basically, ball in hand on the 9. Cardinal sin, really. I mean, the only saving grace is that it's definitely not cuttable into the side pocket, but Shane really wants to drill this one in. Not sure how much he can go forward position-wise, or will he have to dig down?
He wasn't far away, but that 9 ball's tracking towards the corner pocket. It's taken a little nudge off the 10 to help it on its way. And that, well, I don't want to speak too soon, Graham, as I think I may have done a few shots ago. He's just closely inspecting that, Graham. I'm thinking that he just needs to drop this 9 ball in. But maybe I'm missing something.
I think it's just a little bit awkward. I mean, if he was going to play into the 10, I felt like he a little bit more pacey than that, but yeah, like you say, he could have maybe tried to drop it in. I thought that might work in his favour, but this is not easy. Either pocket you choose, it's not easy.
Wow. We're only in the 3rd rack of this final set. And we kept guessing in the box. Frankie with a tough shot into the centre pocket here. Oh, he's made it. What a pot. Well, it was all a difficult shot from his own making, to be fair, Graham. But
Quite incredible.
the score back to 2-1.
Yeah, just a little bit gobsmacked at how some of these racks are unfolding. It's crazy. You just think, Frankie's nowhere to be seen in the rack, and then all of a sudden he has a chance to win it, and then somehow he misses a crazy shot, and then still wins the rack. I mean, yeah, it's just incredible stuff. But this is exactly what pool can be like. Still very much in this, even though it's been one-way traffic for Shane over a set and a half, you would say. He has to be looking at this now thinking, come on, I'm in this, 2-1.
Yeah, I completely agree, and that's the beauty of this format that we've been able to put on at the Pro Billiards Series events, and it just, you know, it creates that extra little bit of excitement. I mean, you won't think of it looking at Frankie there, but for us at home, this is great stuff. If you took the scoreline as it was, just adding it up, you'd think Shane was running away with it, but as you said, Frankie, in the right frame of mind, must think he's still in this with a chance. This break, could this be a chance for him to bring the scoreline back to 2-2? Doesn't look like he's hitting them as hard as Shane is.
Hasn't been able to find a break, really.
He does, though. Leave Shane with nothing but a push, you would feel.
You feel like a kick shot would be the option here. Push down. Trying to move an edge of the 1 to give options. You know, be surprised if Frankie turned this down, because you can play kind of a double the 1, kind of ideally in between 2 of the object balls, back down table Leave that cue ball up on the top rail. Be the target.
Yeah, and he's the 7.
Yeah, and you could see more of the 1 than we thought, Gethin, so a little bit of a low bump there just to push the 1 safe.
There may be the thinnest of edges for Shane here, but that will only push the 1 ball over towards that corner pocket, so he may look to come up behind it here, off the short rail first, 1 cushion. Ooh, and how's that 1 ball finished? It's rolled up against that 9. It looks like they're locked, Graham.
Yeah, I think you could be right. I don't think that's on. And obviously, definitely hit the 1 into the rail without hitting the 9. Don't know what kind of cover you can get.
There's still some twists and turns out in this 4th rack. Last set. And he's looking to bring the 5-8 into cover. And that doesn't look too bad for pace, Graham, at all.
Hard to tell. Might have left a shot on it though. Maybe not.
Just coming in over the edge. Oh, well, he got good contact on the 1. Didn't pot it. Looks like he's left Frankie with a very difficult look at the 1 ball. I don't think he can see it thick enough for the corner pocket, even if it does pass the 10. He's having a look like he may be able to.
I agree, I don't think so. Might be able to play a thin edge, but it looks like if he does, he might run into the 9. He doesn't have an extension, so time might catch him yet. The 9 might come into play.
As this 4th rack plays out, just to let our viewers know at home, following up after this match, we're still in the opening round of the men's Las Vegas Open, and we'll have Ruslan Chynakov taking on Jason Shaw. So don't go anywhere. Oh, as Shane looked to play the cross bank, I think the 1 ball has just rolled far enough away, yeah, to not sell out. And also, while I'm just talking about matches coming up, on table 1 will be Naoki Oi against Emil Gangflot. They may be coming up soon, as it looks like Joshua Filler has taken the win against Billy Thorpe, 2-1 in sets. As you just see, a lovely shot played there, Graham.
Best thing being a load of trouble here. I kind of think, is it even worth hitting, going for the 1 ball here? Because you want to put another ball safe, maybe. He's going to call it, so is he going 3 rails or something?
Oh, avoids the scratch, Graham.
He's in trouble
Doesn't
again,
he?
though.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Shane knows. It's a pretty good hit, really, all things considered, but played that in a good way as well. He's bumped the 10 ball away. The 6 ball and the 10 ball is free.
This is a very difficult escape for Shane. I would say that 5 is not in the easiest of positions, that close to the 8. But right now, Shane needs to get contact on this 1 ball. He's called the top right. I'm sure he'd just be looking for contact first and foremost. Called his extension. It's just lining it up. Going for the one rail escape there, and you just see the cue ball just take a bit of the top spin and run away from the one. And well, we've been here before, Graham. Frankie at the table with a good look. He needs to start converting a few more than he has so far. Ball in hand.
Five. With a key shot, really. Try if you can snick the 5 in. If you can. From this angle, it looks like you can. He's somewhere where the 7 ball is. 5. 6 ball's kind of there. So key shot coming up after this. In a minute.
He's hit that a bit flat, Graham. And that will bring Shane back to the table. And that's a disappointing miss from Frankie there, really, at this stage of the match.
Yeah, that was a big chance. Best number from Shane here, I think. Can he run it forward off 2 rails? If the 7 ball's going to come into play. It looks pretty straight, so we may have to draw this back, try and judge the pace and come off 1 rail, come kind of below the 7 is where I think he wants to be. Let's see, he'll be on top of the 7. If you can put it from there, that's great.
Oh, can we see a look at his face? We can, thank you, Mr. Cameraman.
It's tight, isn't it? Bend it. No, he couldn't make it. I thought it was tight. He's played a very good safety shot, though. There's a lot of trouble here, and this is a big moment because you would think if Shane gets another chance here, we'll put him on the hill.
Yeah, I have to agree. This is not only a difficult short shot, but it's fraught with danger. Very difficult to get good safe cue ball. Oh, he's got a good contact, Graham.
It's a great shot. He has left a shot on this 5, but boy, it's tricky. I don't know if the point of the middle pocket comes into play here. Is it far enough out? I think so.
There's a good chance if he catches the knuckle, then he'll get better shape on the 6, but this is a tricky shot for Shane here. He's digging down into it a bit. He caught the point,
shot,
Graham. Did you see that?
Yeah, just enough to have a shot on this 6 ball. I mean, that was a 5. It was so difficult. Made it look easy. Great ball. Didn't want to do that.
Well, he's keeping us on the edge of our seats. Both players are, to be fair.
I think the only saving grace here is can put this 7 ball in. Still go around the other side of the 8 ball for either the side or the top right corner. How he wants to play it. For the corner. Pretty natural in the end, so if he's straight on this as well, this will work in his favour to come back for the 9 in the bottom right. It does go past the 10 in the bottom left as well, getting, I think, so he's got a few options depending on his angle. Going forward, so tells you he's going bottom left.
Yeah, that will do, Graham. And, well, there was a small chance there for Frankie to bring this back to 2-2. Some great safety play from Shane Van Bonen and a good 9 ball here. And we could see our first player on the hill in this 3rd set. Shane Van Boening looking formidable. First to the hill. He's picked up his break stick. He must be feeling quite confident at this point. So we'll take a look at the stats coming in. Again, the stats not really looking high enough for Frankie, but he's still in this match. Shane Van Boening looking to have taken the lead on most of these statistics. I do like these, Graham. But again, it's the scoreline that matters. And right now, Shane Van Boening leading 3 racks to 1 in this final set on the hill. Frankie needs to win the next 2 and take this to a shootout if he wants any chance of taking his opening match in this double elimination. The referee just taking extra care. Good inspection of them. Arcos 2 balls there. And Shane, well, he's 1 rack away from taking this opening match. How will this break fare for him? Let's find out. Looked like it was tracking up into that top right pocket, Graham. It's not dropped. And a little bit of a swipe of the stick from Shane there, as he realizes Frankie's got an open 1 ball here and a good spread of the balls ahead of him.
Just a little bit annoyed that he hasn't made more from the break than normal. Hasn't been able to find many balls. When he has found balls, hasn't really worked in his favour.
Straight. Had to sort of take any position he could get on this 3. But if he makes this, he should be natural for the 4. Not a bad opportunity here, Graham.
Yeah, it's make or break now. He's running out of opportunities, really. He has to start capitalising on some of these.
I think he just put the wrong spin on that. It's opened the cue ball out, and looked like with running spin it's kept the pace in the cue ball. Now he's faced with a difficult bank shot on the 5. He's got away with it. Some traffic to work with here. I feel if he can glance off the right-hand side of the 5 ball, there's a good chance of getting cover down here with the 6 and the 7. Not too sure what Shane can see. Oh, he's made the 5 in the center. I don't believe that was called. Wasn't. Frankie out of his seat. He can give this back, I believe, Graham, if he's not happy with it.
Yeah, definitely. I think he should do, really. Don't really want to be taking this one on. I know there's a chance of Shane to pot it, but it's really not a great shot to take on from here. It's a tough decision. I don't blame him. Don't blame him for thinking about it, but really you think put your opponent back in here.
He's used his extension. He's lining up 2 rails here. If he were to make it, you feel that there's a good chance he could land on the 7. Clearly doesn't want Shane to take this shot on. Ooh, and He's missed it, and look at that cue ball to boot. Just to add insult to injury, that's ball in hand for Shane Van Boening. And, well, he'll be looking to take this final set at this visit. I think Frankie knows it.
Maybe a bit of a mistake there, to be honest, getting. As much as I felt the 6 was close to the pocket, I thought give Shane the question. But if he makes the 6, then it's the right call, isn't it? So it's a tough one, really. There we have it. Shane Van Boening takes the final set 4-1. Losing the first set, coming back 4-0, 4-1. A little bit too strong in the end there for Frankie. Put up a good fight, but didn't have the firepower in the end to capitalise. And Shane moves on. Frankie goes into the loser's side. Graham Hickman have been joined by Gethin Davies. We will be back very shortly for the next match. So don't go anywhere. Hopefully you'll join us in a few moments' time. Thanks. Bye for now.